Sweet. What up, everyone?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, fam?
Happy Friday. We got
Happy
the Real
Monday.
Hustlers tuning in right now. This is Real Hustler Hours.
And Memorial Day. Yeah. Good.
This is
True.
either driving range time, barbecue time,
Yeah.
happy hour
Memorial Day
time.
weekend, Friday Hustlers right here. So if you're watching, well, what's up? Let us know what we can help you out with. Hanging here on the live for a little bit.
Okay, here we go. First cue here. Good to see everyone. Amazon doesn't provide or Adidas doesn't provide an invoice with all the requirements. Amazon needs Stonegate. What can I provide to cover all the requirements? Just use the email confirmation. These days, email confirmations from pretty much any websites will work, so you'll be good to go using just that and such. What up, Stallion? What up,
What up,
Monty?
Stallion?
Thanks for getting out of here. Sunshine Deals, good to see you in here too. Yeah, so y'all, if you had any sourcing questions, just questions in general, this weekend is going to be a really good weekend for product research. Pretty much all the deals have already kicked off already. So anything we can do to help you guys maximize this time, let us know, because it's the best weekend of the year thus far, and it's only going to get better throughout the rest of the year. Just
Do you think this is top three weekend
Of the year so far?
No,
definitely.
of course,
of the year?
Of the year,
So
for
obviously,
sure.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday's
not
one.
even close. Yeah,
What's two? What's two?
Well, that's one, obviously.
Yeah.
And we're talking purely on a sourcing perspective.
Yeah, weekends. So like
Early
whole
Black
weekends.
Friday.
Like
Easy.
every year there's that week before back to school, they'll rip a bunch of sales.
That too.
True.
Yeah, that too as
True.
well. And
then honestly, Memorial Day weekend is definitely top 5 like of the whole year.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's top three, top five. That's all I was saying.
Regardless, we're arguing over stuff that doesn't matter. Right now is an easy time to go generate some wealth.
Yeah, of
If
course.
you're watching.
Yeah. So that, and then definitely 4th of July, that week-long period between 4th of July and July Prime Day too, which should probably more like 8 days or 10 days or so, but whatever. It's a great.
That's
point.
it's like a solid 2 weeks of very good sourcing at this point.
Just got on Gated and Puma. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good Puma deal going on, man. Yeah, that'll be clutch.
Yeah. Stallion and I ripped a little interview podcast episode as well.
Sweet. That's what's up.
Max
Man's murder in the
Verstappen.
outlets.
That's a new one. I've never heard that.
I know that is a new one. I had to Google it to see how close it actually is.
I
It's
get
I can kind of see it.
I get Shark Boy a lot. That's a new one though.
Yeah.
Oh, that one I
one's
saw
classic.
Shark Boy.
That one's
Yeah,
classic.
That one's easy. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. How long does it take to get an EIN number as a foreigner? That's a great question. I really have no idea. I would probably talk to some other, because Jay, I'm pretty sure you're in the UK. Find some other sellers who have successfully gone through that process and ask them what that process was like. I'd assume probably 2 to 3 weeks if I had to guess, but I really am not super educated on that.
Yeah. I think if you have an LLC, it wouldn't take any longer than an American. It's the same process.
I don't know. It might be more complicated.
Could be weird. Yeah.
They might have to email it. Yeah.
What's the best products to start with? Anything sells, my man. But based on the fact that you've got apparel in your name, you probably have some passion around that category. So I would start there. There's a lot of good sales to look at in that category right now too.
I'm not able to do OA for Canadian market. Why not? Who's Max Verstappen? Let's look him up.
Hey, it's a pretty good. It's not bad. It's pretty close.
No, it's not bad. He's like the guy in F1, basically.
Oh, okay, awesome. That looks nothing like Garrett.
Maybe the eyes a little bit. That might be it.
IRS website. I'll give you EI in 2 seconds. Yeah, I remember, Warner. Remember we made that mistake. It shows you it on the website briefly, and then we clicked away, and we had to wait like 3 weeks for it to get mailed. That was brutal. Like 2 years ago.
Best way to source RI or best method or first of all, it depends on your location, right? If you have 2, 3, 4, 1 outlet locations near you geographically, that's an immediate advantage because not everyone in the country has that, right? So look at your nearby Nike outlets, Coach outlets, Adidas, Puma, Rack Room, Burlington Coat Factory, Nordstrom Rack, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. That's going to be an immediate competitive advantage that, again, not everyone has the same thing. When you're talking about OA, everyone has access to the same sorts of sites. So first, look in your immediate area. And 2, just start looking at some of the name brands that you're familiar with and reverse source based off those. We all have tens of hours of live sourcing material content on our YouTubes. You can kind of use those tactics, use the methodologies to apply to brand X that you're interested in.
Yeah, for ungating, it really doesn't matter if you're applying a new one or opening a new case or reapplying on the same one. It has pretty much the same effect. So either way.
Unless if they give you a reason where it's like it's not the right brand, you can circle the brand. Like sometimes that's been working for me recently, like arguing with them instead of just like going on to the next one.
Canada, let's go Giants. That's what's up. I know G-Bot. Oh, okay, because G-Body's got
Garrett's.
Yeah, okay, that's what's up. I give you all the names to a lady looking for assistance in a woman's Facebook group. Is it okay to promote you like that? Hey, that's love, Kathy. That's love. Yeah, we're for the
Appreciate
people.
You, Kathy. Yeah,
that's awesome. Thank you.
If anybody's asking about SellerAmp and that kind of stuff, we got affiliate programs as well. If you want to make a little bit of money while you're helping people out too.
Because of no action in last case. Oh, that's normal. Yeah, exactly. So so you gotta reapply again and such.
Yep.
Average shipping cost for FBA for 10 shoe boxes. So it really depends on what part of the country you live in. But a big box like that is going to be somewhere in the range of like $10 to $20, depending on if you live in a remote location potentially as well, which is still very cheap relative to the revenue you get off it.
Yep. Asking best way to source RA or OA. RA is easier. OA is more profitable in the long run. So like I'd say usually like the first 2 months, if you only did RA, you probably make more money than OA. But after that, it's going to diminish pretty fast. So do both and kind of wean your way off of RA as you get better and better at OA.
And the cool thing with that is you can start to apply things you're learning and knowing from RA to OA. The brands, obviously, you can source those same brands online, same products even sometimes online. You'll really start to get familiar with maybe the cues that you're looking for, the types of profitability you're looking for, the stability you're looking for, those sorts of things, and just apply that to online arbitrage. How do we deal with price tanking from all these website sales as newer sellers? That's a really good question. And a lot of it's just kind of like risk mitigation, right? You want to bake in some room for error into the sort of site, right? So awareness of the opportunity is important. Is the coupon code very obvious? Does it show up in the cart? Is it a Nike sale that's hitting every single living person's email inbox, right? The more easy that price is replicable to the normal person, the higher your margin should probably be to start. Same thing with shoes, same things with a lot of the high return yielding products. Those sorts of more riskier items, they're fine to source. You just want to bake in some more room for error, right? So if you're typically looking for something around like the 15% margin, 14% margin range, if it's a site that's a sale that's popping up for everyone, or if it's an easy findable coupon code, those sorts of things, maybe you start at 25%, 30%, 20%. Just create more room where if that market goes as you kind of somewhat expect, you're still covered.
Why don't you guys like Shopify? We do. We just don't do it, honestly. Like after you've been doing online business for a while, you kind of realize that everything you see some dude on Instagram in front of a Lamborghini talking about is significantly harder than he says it is, but it probably does work unless it has automation in the title.
Yeah, Shopify is great. It's just you got to solve a lot more problems at once. If you're good at solving those problems, then you'll make a ton of bread though.
I mean, that's kind of like the thesis for everything, right? We talked about RA being hard to scale, but there's people that do 20 million in RA, right? And you could win in any single brand, category, method, wholesale, private, like anything, if you commit enough time to, and if you have enough persistence and patience.
Yeah, 18 by 18 by 24 boxes from U-Haul. Those are the OGs, man. I packed probably over 1,000 of those, or boatloads. That was what you used to use in the warehouse back in the day too, Garrett.
Yep. So, yep. Yeah. Mr. Lyman, you got a second chance tonight. You got booted from last night's stream, so let's see if you can behave tonight.
Yeah. Check out. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. We'll cook on that. Applied under Anna. Sounds good. Yeah, let's get it. FDM Crystal. Okay. Good morning, family. Good morning, family. Reasonable pay rate / share percentage for bringing people to outlets for RA. See if you can get them hourly. Because that's really gonna scale nicely. But most people that are kind of around just to go to the outlet to shop with you, they probably don't think in terms like upside and percentages and stuff. So you can probably get them hourly, honestly.
The profit share is going to get so convoluted, right? Because you're dealing with returns and delayed payouts and something taking 3 months to sell as opposed to 1 month. It's probably worth paying him an extra $1 or $2 hourly just to make him satisfied and just not deal with it. Of course, have those KPIs in place where you make sure they're buying enough and spending enough and doing the sorts of things. We had a podcast episode a couple months ago, probably just before the wedding, of some dude doing tens of millions of dollars in RA where he talks about that pretty in depth. Perry, right? Perry.
Oh yeah, man. Yep. Perry.
So refer back to that episode. He talks about how he pays his employees RA shopping in depth, like as in depth as you could possibly get.
Beast.
Um,
Yeah, scaling that kind of stuff is crazy.
How can I adjust my shipping time other than changing my plan to FBA, currently FBM? Yeah, so it's going to be your handling time and your transit times, primarily going to be handling time. Specifically, if you do want to do 0-day handling time, you'll get more buy box share. However, guys, not every listing is FBM friendly in general, right? You need to see if other people are doing FBM on that listing. Then it's probably good for you to test FBM. That's a massive way to avoid price tanking as a new seller. Because naturally, if you're newer to this stuff, you're not finding super hard to find stuff yet. That takes time, right? So naturally, you might see more competition on your listings, but you won't at all if you're getting listed on stuff FBM right after it comes in.
That's interesting. I don't know if you're the same person, but this is the second straight night that we've asked about the private label brands. A lot of smart, so we don't do it. A lot of smart people are doing it and are having wild success with it. But again, there's more risk. You have to create the listing, make photos, title, billets, all those sorts of things. A lot more unknown.
They're definitely going to crack down on that.
I don't know how they have.
I don't know how they're letting it go for this long.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of money to be made there. All you have to do is buy a trademark and get a brand registry. It does not matter what it is. You can buy an existing trademark too, like random marketplaces and stuff for it. So if you want to get into it, you can. It's just they're gonna shut it down at some point.
Yeah.
Safety claim damage returns. Is FBM shipping price low for shipping out of state orders? FBM. Relative to like not needing to pay like invoices, or not needing to pay FBA shipping.
Yeah. So you were behaving so far. You did so well, Mr. Lamone.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
He was wilding out in the chat. I submit everything. I upload a PNG of 10 units. No, all you need to do is download an order confirmation email as a PDF with like a fancy title, like the ASIN_invoice_date. You'll be good to go.
Yep. They shut down the bundles. You think it'll harm the seller account or remove the? Who knows, man? That'd be a policy change on Amazon. They'd have to ban a whole lot of people at once if they do end up banning people for it.
A lot of big sellers too.
And if you're even asking about that, it's probably not time for you to do stuff like that too.
Yeah. If you're doing like 30,000 plus a month, then look at doing it. If you're not, then there's too much easy stuff under there.
So am I getting applications? Don't have an estimated time. I just keep resubmitting if it gets denied. You'll be
good.
What's the best
thing is you could still be sourcing while you're waiting, right? So even if it's inevitable that you'll get ungated, so still iterate sourcing, still look for products, and again, don't be necessarily buying ungates without having the profitability proven beforehand. It just doesn't make sense to do so.
Yep, got a negative feedback. Critical event account health due to order defect. That does matter. If it says critical, it's very important. Usually critical.
Sell more items. And also appeal the negative feedback and make it very clear when you appeal it why it wasn't your fault, right? Naturally, it might have been and such. Either way, you might as well though. And such. And long term, the key is that even if it was the customer's fault, they were wilding out and it might not get removed. You ideally want it to. You're going to be selling way more items and you'll be fine, most likely. Yeah, exactly. Refrigerator magnets it literally makes no sense. I don't even know why people buy it.
Because what is already true is Amazon policy says that the brand of the listing needs to have the majority of what's in that bundle. And people putting like a pen with $100 worth of merchandise and calling it the Pens brand is already against TOS, but it's just something they're not enforcing right now.
Yeah. Cool. And either way, that's a super complicated thing that, sub 30, sub 50K, like Warner was saying, makes a lot more sense to not worry about. Do you think new sellers are good to go to sell Nike? Not currently, which is interesting because we're coming up on about a month into that and such. And we have seen a lot more brand reviews, but to my knowledge, they still haven't emailed existing sellers saying like, hey, we're going to kick off Nike. So we kind of assume that it's just a cleanse of counterfeits considering how many brand reviews are going out.
We need to have a timer reset for everything.
Yes. Okay.
That could be a good stream tradition.
Let's get it, Samantha. Yeah, Samantha, any questions you got, let us know, and then I'll see you in the coaching call on Sunday and the bonus call on Tuesday before buying 10 units. So the cool thing is some small brands are going to be auto ungated, so they're going to automatically approve you. If you try ColourPop, for example, that probably will be an auto ungate. However, most big brands, you are going to need to buy 10 units and get that purchase documentation from your email. Converse, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Right there. This one guy in my DM today. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, they can still do Jordan now, right? Like Jordan got randomly reapproved.
I'm gonna check that right now.
Okay. I thought we had talked about it, and like Jordan was chill, but like Converse and Nike weren't. Maybe not.
Let's see that. Let's see what we got here.
You got asked to submit a data safety sheet. Yeah, Cargyle. To be honest, I used to worry about that and try to figure it out. I just don't touch it, and it has literally never mattered. So
yeah, I'm
not sure.
The more you tell, the less you care about the kind of like the minute.
the little the refund email. The customer pulled a fast one on you here. You lost $30, but you can just kind of make it go
the
away.
shoes that come in that aren't necessarily even close to the same one. Yeah, you end up losing more money by worrying about it than anything else.
What's the percentage I should put aside in taxes for FBA? Jerson, I'd recommend reading the book Profit First. We were actually talking about this yesterday too. Obviously, we have no idea what your overall tax rate and such is. Besides living in Miami, having no state and I think no local. As well, read the book Profit First. He has a really good mindset, especially the Profit First for e-commerce sellers in terms of how to manage that stuff and everything.
Gotcha. There's 2 Jordan brands. Okay, so probably one of them is because GSD was saying hard gated. Interesting.
Interesting.
One of them might be chill.
Like one of those weird things where it's just like, whatever.
It's the $sign or whatever it is.
Yeah, like that like the lowercase Nike brand.
Marshall outlets don't give invoices. But it'll still work for like inauthentics and stuff. So like a lot of times people scan it onto a PDF and just kind of like digitally annotate. Here's the address. Here's the outlet I bought it from, whatever it is. Or Marshall's works too. Like, yeah.
Carl, I mean, it works. You have to do it a certain way. There's easier ways to make money though. Wholesale drop shipping. You have to work with certain suppliers. There's just lower hanging fruit.
Ooh. Why would SellerAmp show unknown sales volume? Keepa showed movement, and I'm selling a ton, but SellerAmp still shows.
That's an awesome thing. That's an awesome thing.
It's just something about that listing isn't reporting the data correctly. The cool thing is you don't just worry about estimated sales, right? You can see the offer count movement, the sales rank, the trend over time of those stats, right? And get a good indication of velocity or lack of velocity as well as a byproduct of that.
The sales rank data on Amazon's end is probably broken. That'd be the only reason why.
But that's a huge lesson in there, right? First and foremost, that product you've obviously already validated, so you're good to go, and you're going to keep iterating. That error is going to keep a lot of people away, right? And so you have a sort of innate inherent moat in that product that's probably going to lead you to some longer profitability on that SKU. Now the question is, what else can you find that look like that resembles that acts in the same way? Broken sales rank listings, there's thousands of them that probably operate similarly. Can you find those? No buy box products, right? Operate similarly, keeps people out of the loop. Can you find those? Out of stock variations. There's a lot of different nuances that people are scared of. Amazon in stock. A lot of those sort of nuances that if you can start to exploit those, game on.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. The time and space were curved. That's a fact too. And how would I ship them to an Amazon warehouse? So Chippy Chill, you can't ship directly to the Amazon warehouse. Unfortunately, anyone telling you that's the case is telling you the 1% of examples where you can, which is very, very rare. So you got to ship it to you or ship it to a prep center and then ship it off to the Amazon FBA warehouse in bulk. Where else this guy streaming? Not one YouTube question answered. Oh, whose channel are you on, man? We've been answering all of them. Yeah,
we've answered every question, my friend.
Yeah, we are on Twitter as well, though, and we're also on. We're not streaming on Instagram, but we post on Instagram too. Did you guys see?
Yeah, we see that.
Yeah.
Congrats on the wedding. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Big win. If you want to sell Nike, bought them from Nike itself. How would you ship them? So you'd ship them to yourself first, then. Oh, Garrett disappeared.
Just lost.
You ship them to yourself first or a prep center if you want to pay somebody else to do it for you.
Yep. Oh, we got you body back here. Yeah, Warner, I was telling Garrett he can never do that to us ever again. No more honeymoons.
Good thing there's only one.
He can never
no more honeymoons. Yeah.
Good thing there's only one.
Ooh, yes. Super smart here. Super smart here. Do you ever hunt for big sellers replens? Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing is you see patterns all the time. If someone's killing it with Under Armour products and you find one of their products profitable at UnderArmour.com, they probably have other SKUs at UnderArmour.com. And that's also storefront stocking with SellerAmp. It's also going to, introduce you to new brands as well. That's popping.
And that works the same. You should have on your bookmarks folders containing sellers of the same sort of variety, right? You can find people that do a lot of seasonal stuff, maybe a lot of Lego stuff, maybe a lot of Nike stuff, Adidas, Puma, right? Sellers are going to find a niche. All of us do. And so if you could start to identify different sellers that are doing different things, well, now you're building out a resource center, a database of all different people that are specializing in different things, right? So when it's February and you're maybe looking for some Easter seasonal stuff, you have 5 sellers that do that you can now go back to. When it's Q4 and you're looking for some back to school stuff, right? You have 20 sellers that are doing that sort of thing. And so you should, as you source, always saving your sellers that look interesting, maybe given a particular niche nuance, because that's only going to make you more efficient, smarter, and a better sourcer.
Yeah, and that's a big component of that, guys, is going to be the SellerAmp Google Sheets feature and the keep tracking alerts feature as well.
For sure. Potential downsides to safety claim. I mean, just a lot of wasted time to save yourself $50, kind of the biggest one. But I don't know if you can really get in trouble with the Amazon or anything for that.
Peep the private chat. Polybag, yes, sir. Yeah, a little 9x12 action, 12x15 action, the little private label vibes. And now all the prices have dropped, so I'm less competitive. What would you suggest? Baltzar, consider how easy to find that deal was. And if that deal was easy to find and it's tanked in the past, it might continue to, right? But if that deal is gone and it hasn't tanked in the past, it'll probably recover. You can see the historical data on listings. That's the cool thing, you know what I mean? Yep, no problem. Sweet.
Got your first products in. Did you already answer that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Every storefront. Any of the automated stuff's going to be a lot harder. And even if it is a storefront, like some of those automated tools, if it's showing new listings, you'd much rather see old listings they've been on for a while too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just fire up SellerAmp, filter down to specifically what you can find on sale that day. Like, lots of good clothing brand sales today. Just zero in on those brands, go through, compare back to that place they're getting it really cheap, and then roll from there.
Got a Florida prep center charging $1.70 per item. Not bad. You definitely do want to get one in a tax-free state, though. Our buddy Chris at cleartheshelf.com has a nice prep center list on his website. I'm not sure if you're in the roadmap as well. We have got a couple of sales tax-free prep centers lined up for you if you're in there. Did you remove the MSRP price tag? Yeah, unfortunately, you do need to remove the price tags, especially on the clothing items and stuff. A lot of times it'll be perforated tag you can tear off, or just SKU label over it if you can cover it. Little blank vibes and such.
Yeah.
Why does SellerAmp only pull up 1/3 of the information of the barcodes I'm scanning in store? It sounds like you're not scanning a lot of fast selling stuff, and you might just not have a feel for it yet, right? And such. But yeah, I mean, naturally, it's not going to report all the data because there's a lot of listings where the UPC doesn't match and such. We'll get an email with the Zoom link for Sunday. It'll be in the announcements section of the Discord, Samantha.
Yeah, Hannah, basically those items aren't listed on Amazon if they're not showing up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said this, but you always want to be looking for searching the title manually.
Yeah.
Again,
it'll be good. Yeah, which you'll
going back to, and a lot of that's kind of experience share sort of thing, but going back to the no sales rank, the nuance, the things that people aren't doing, that's one example. Going that extra step, typing it in manually is something that most people aren't going to do, right? And so those are the things that you have to get in the habit of doing if you want to find the profit that other people are not.
Bobby, what are you at for May, man?
It's awesome. Best time to look at a prep center. Yeah, good question. If you pay a lot of sales tax right now, then probably now. It can save you money on the expensive stuff you're already buying. For me, I probably would have done it looking back 20 or 30K range if you have good sales tax where you're at already.
Because Arkansas is really high.
It was
right?
10%. Yeah. Right? So I wasted a ton of time. I wasted a ton of money unnecessarily.
Yeah. And it just made it so much harder to source.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to touch it all yourself, and everything is 10% more expensive.
That's criminal, bro. And you can find so much more if you account. It's like a coupon code that not everyone has access to. Yeah, I guess in your country or in your state.
Do you guys use Leads List? It's not a bad tool to use if you're a beginner. However, it's mainly going to be a site way to find discounts and websites, etc. Focus on sourcing on your own. There's so much opportunity out here. If you can commit to sourcing for a couple months, you can get a skill that'll pay you for years and not need to pay for it. You having that equity in your skill set.
Yeah. What about sourcing overseas brands, putting them on Amazon? I wouldn't bring a brand to Amazon. At that point, you might as well just launch a brand yourself because then you own the exit potential on it. But if you're like importing something that already sells well, or you can like import it and make the price way lower on Amazon so people actually start buying it, then there's a lot of money to be made there.
You shouldn't be watching Fox News to begin with, my man.
And not that we have any political alliances, more so just probably not
news in general.
Anything, any news channel is probably not productive for your brain.
You need to be getting your news strictly from Amazon, Twitter, and anonymous Discord. Yeah, all right, Buy Box Bandits too. Yeah, well,
that should be the only news, and obviously Twitter.
Specific department, Target when RAing. Nice thing is any store that's going to be good for RA outside of like Marshall's, Ross, Target, it's pretty much just going to be like branded outlets and such, and everything. Start out at the most discounted stores, which are going to be like the outlets, and then Ross, whatever categories have big name brand stuff, which is going to be like clothing, toys, sporting goods, and beauty.
Yeah,
Rob, move. Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he said he's Texarkana too. So Texarkana must have extra taxes that we didn't have.
Yeah, right. You got to move, man. You're literally
That's awful.
Like that means your income basically. Like if you're spending 50% of your income for the year, your income just shave off another
Wait, Miles, remember we were asking about him yesterday?
He didn't answer that, but yeah. So
we got to
I got Alabama because you see how my boys, right? So we weren't sure if it was Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Alabama.
But he lives in Arkansas, so it might be Arkansas.
It's horrible, yeah. Is Adidas with valid invoice to keep an eye? Yeah, it's completely normal to get declined a bunch of times. Just keep submitting with the same thing.
Yeah, that's not state tax though. That's sales tax. They must have some extra local. Arkansas State is like 6%.
Yeah, so you're getting just obliterated. Yeah. Oh, when you make it 6%, when you spend it 11%.
It's nothing crazy, but it is more than zero. Yeah. Should you delete inactive listings if you are not getting those products anymore? Probably.
In a perfect
Especially
world,
if it's a brand that you think might IP at some point. If it's like a Adidas, Nike, that kind of thing, then you're probably good to not delete.
Finally, a W take from Mr. Lyman after all this time.
In a perfect world, you deleted everything. You're not going to plan on replenishing, but I mean, it doesn't make sense to keep up with that intently.
Yeah, Chris, check the link in the description for info on that, bro. Yes, delete all. Yep, Cricket in Dubai.
Oh, Pete, don't get him going, please, dog.
Not really in OA, honestly. Like arbitrage is a wildly high IQ demographic of people, like compared to like drop shipping or
the wholesale model is really easy to. Pretend it's way easier than it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you guys know, like arbitrage is not a get rich quick scheme. It's hard to do, and that's why we're here to help you guys because we do a good job helping you guys. You'll use SellerAmp and such, and there we go. I'm in UK. Oh, I thought you said you were from Pakistan. Right IPs, right IQ. In general, I mean, compare the average like drop shipping content enjoyer versus like it's not even close. Sweet. Cool, guys. So we'll be on for a couple more minutes, y'all. So any questions you guys have about executing on this deals or anything like that, let us know. Yeah, any brand that comes up as generic, unfortunately, you got to avoid, man. I have a Cricket phone. You're not getting red up, man. Yeah, you sell some more.
That's how you know. Yeah, you got the Cricket, you got the Boost Mobile, you got
low key. Pickle Rick, we missed him.
Low key.
That's true. Very true.
Man, Jules still in the game. Have been
growing. Wait to sell your first product. If they've been tanking, then I mean, like, is there a reason the price would go back up? Is like the quick decision making process? If there is, then hold it. If no, then sell it and buy something better. So seasonality, the sale price went away. Whatever reason that would make it hard for people to sell that same product at the same price today. Got to improve without even resubmitting. Hey, winners win, man. That's as an anonymous account too. That's as a YouTube user. Right, that's impressive. Oh, interesting. So they're breaking the precedent of having to update the profile pic to get ungated. Well, he got denied 3 times though. I mean, that's not too bad though. Like, we'll take it. Thanks, y'all. Got a dip. Enjoy it. Yeah, of course. And it's tough, right? Because when you're a new seller, naturally you're only finding surface level things. You don't yet know your favorite discounts, your favorite coupons, etc. Right? So you're going to deal with more competition than someone who's been in the game for a while would. Right. And that's the whole nature of why you got to stick with this stuff for a while. Right. Because otherwise you're only ever going to find the service level stuff, which lots of other people are finding as well here too. Okay. All right, fellas. So
It's your first holiday. How are you sourcing this weekend for LA? You hear people talking about it. You go to a lot of these websites. You see these deals going on. How are you executing this stuff?
I mean, if you're a beginner, it literally is like find a good sale, go to people who sell that brand, look at it until you're tired. Like there's not that much that like really gets into the weeds on it. Like a little bit of like keep a product finder wizardry you can stack and all that kind of stuff, but it's just looking at as many listings that are on sale today as possible.
I mean, pretty much everything's gonna be discounted in some capacity. Yeah. So it's just a matter of just normal reverse sourcing. Look at the stuff, filter on velocity up front, and then just count on a discount in some capacity at the end, and just hope it's enough.
I feel like I'm searching the same stuff over and over again. That's good. That means you're looking at the right stuff. You just don't know. You don't yet know how to make it profitable. So coupons or sales exist on those websites, right? You just don't yet know how to execute them. So what you need to do, you need to create a burner email address and create accounts on all those websites, check all the extensions, see if they have any coupons, right? And then you need to click around on the website, see if they have any evergreen coupons, and check the website homepage today and see if they have any deals going on too, right? So like, for example, you need to go through this checklist with every SKU here, basically. You need to go through, are there any evergreen coupons? Are there any coupons via the extensions, discounted gift cards, rewards programs? Does the website take tax exempt? Are there FBM friendly listings? You need to go through this whole checklist here for all these SKUs and basically just see or websites and see what discounts certain websites have. And once you know a lot of that, it makes this process really fluid, honestly.
Yep. You make the product good. Yeah. Absolutely. Carlos has got the energy.
Bro said he listens to the Lamonte this week, man, for sure. Promise. We got G-Body back from Europe and such, man. I had to literally drag him. I had to go to Europe and drag him back.
You personally showed up in Greece and drag him out of the.
Yeah, I literally had to. I had no other choice.
Pull him out of the ocean.
Cool, sweet. So, guys, appreciate y'all tapping in with us. A little Friday night, Friday afternoon action and such. Get after it this weekend doing some product research. If you guys got any questions, our DMs are open. Would love to help and such. Just make sure anything that's close, you put on a SellerAmp spreadsheet, you set a keep alert for, right? This is a great opportunity to not only make money and source products, but also find stuff that'll be good in the future, right? You're rewarded handsomely for setting up that infrastructure with that stuff.
See you guys.
Cool. See y'all later.
Absolutely. Let's get after it, fellas.
Yep.
Get to hang out with y'all.
Waste day.